sure the doctors will take their time to
Stand by slow-mo.
exchange anything medical.
Camera for battery
This is
change.
where it went wrong for the young man. Well, he had efforts charged up against him and didn't leave him standing there. Ashraf Wandera looked to be the eventual culprit, but he's likely to walk away without anything. The referee there not judging any harshness out of that attempt by Ashraf to win that ball back. When you look at this game closely, you can see that Busia Secondary School have an idea or two of how to negotiate their way past Sako SS, but something tends to get caught in the tracks there. Temperatures showing some change. Well, at least if you look on the far side, we're starting to see some cloud cover. And maybe it just helps to cool the levels down a little and allow the boys to enjoy the action this afternoon. Busia Secondary doing well now, getting out of the cages. Now starting to show intent. Good retention there from Ashraf. All he has to do is shoot. The goalkeeper was very much present.
Camera 3, camera 3 on air, stand by Azaria, camera 2, Jamulite, the cloud cover, Jamulite, the cloud cover.
When it comes to acceleration, especially as they get ready to charge up against against opposition, Busia Secondary School. Really try to do that well. To see that Sako still holding on to that one goal scored early.
I need someone to help camera 4.
Busia Secondary School properly lifted. Chance for Ashraf to bury this one. Takes his time, takes too long, and finally manages to find space between the goalkeeper and the post. Well, what about that for composure? That on any other day, the story could have been different. But you just have to love the way he held his nerve in front of all opposition. Ngora Tadeo just come on that ball in his path. Just take a look. Got a man off, waited to take his turn, and when he knew that everyone was beaten, all he had to do was give that ball some simple lift.
Camera 1 on air.
The referee there not very happy with the
Camera 2.
That infringement, so
Camera
the call has been made.
Camera 2 camera 4 full auto. Someone needs to camera 2
Jordan was hoped to be the one to take, but
thank you, camera 4.
Secondary School, having found that equaliser, now will be punting for
Camera
more.
4, you lock on goal, you lock somewhere or you work. Because you land camera now, you land camera. Stand the camera 2 on air. Stand the camera 4 on air, camera 4 nice, you follow up, camera 1 on air, camera 1 on air. Stand the camera 4.
This game is slowly starting to take shape.
Stand by camera 2, camera 1 on air.
Sako SS 1, Busia Secondary School 1, hungry for more. The gentleman in blue, ready around the area.
Stand by camera 2.
And of course hitting the side netting there, but
camera 2 goes on your brightness.
these are dangerous times for Sako SS.
Stand by camera 4, camera 4.
What is not really going right for them.
Nice shot. Standby 2. 2 on air. Standby
Having
for
taken
slow-mo.
leadership of this game, they're starting to struggle.
Slow on air. Standby 1.
Half time any other day.
Back to
That is a
1.
goal, so
Back to 1.
maybe a lot of vigilance has to be. Careful. Referee there allowing the boys to get on the sidelines and cool those engines down. What a break, a cooling break.
You know what to give me. You know what to give me tight. Number camera 3. Camera 3 zoom in. Camera 3 zoom in.
Highly
Camera 3 zoom
coveted
in tight. Okay.
by
Camera 3
the
on
young
air.
sportsmen here
Standby
to
camera
just
4.
help them
Camera 3,
rehydrate
standby
those
camera 4.
bodies
Camera 4 on air. Standby camera 2. Standby
and
camera 2.
see how they can
Camera 2.
get back on the road.
Camera 2 on air. Standby camera 1. Standby camera 1. Camera 1 on air. Camera 1 on air. Standby camera 3. Standby camera 3. Brother camera 2.
Sako SS
Camera 2 on air. Camera 2
will
follow
not
up.
emerge from
Give me
their
tight.
group
Give me
I.
tight. Full up.
So it's true with
Give me tight.
Lucia
How to
Secondary
stay
School.
tight of that player. How to stay tight of that
Did
player.
not
Take it, camera.
make it out of that group, never mind the fact that at least they got 4 points out of the tie.
Camera 3 on air.
Won one game and drew the other. That's why they find themselves
Standby camera 2.
in these classification groupings. Hopefully they do emerge out of their classification debacles. A square ball inside and a chance for them to make it
Camera 1 on air.
to
Camera 1 on air.
Sako Senior Secondary School on the other part.
Camera 1 on air. Standby
Only
camera
managed
3.
to draw
Camera 3
and
on air.
that is the only point they gathered from their group I. Scoring 2, conceding a handful of 5.
Camera 2 on air.
So maybe they just have to work harder next time.
What do you bargain back to?
This is a long one.
Bargain
Trying to find ways. Wanderer Ashraf drops his shoulder, still going. A chance for Busia Secondary School, and they will take too long to finish this one off. But oh, well, like the old adage goes, many cooks spoil the broth. What about that for spoiling? They washed cleanly and hung in the dirt. Well, it looked like for a moment they just wanted to walk that ball in the back of the net. Pushed away by Seattle, the interception from Sako Senior Secondary School was right on time. Wanderer Ashraf. You see them play Busia Secondary School, they show glimpses of a side that can compete at the very highest level. So maybe they are still a work in progress. That was a heavy touch, never mind the fact that it was made in an offside position.
Camera 4, when they're throwing in, you see where the ball is going. Where the
Or
ball
had
is
touched a
going.
little outside, so
Camera 2, camera 2,
for a
camera 2,
throw in.
camera 2, camera 2, camera 2, camera 1. Now, camera 4, all the flags are for you. All the flags are for camera 4.
Still hungry. Busia Secondary School doing all the work on the first side, looking for an inroad back inside, but heavy traffic assembled. How they break this one down is something you just have to wait patiently, though we have already seen something wrong.
Standby 2. Standby 4, standby 2. 2 on air. 2 on air. Camera 2 increase on the brightness cover. Camera 2 na standby camera 3. Camera 3 nice shot. Camera 3 on air. Standby 1. Camera 3 on air. Standby 2. 2 on air. Standby 1.
That man's name is Kalichejo. I wonder what that means, but it's his name.
Camera 1.
Takes a good ball in. Goalkeeper punches away. Everyone was waiting to see how they respond, but Saku Senior Secondary School had a chance to break away, but the ball was quickly intercepted by Kagezi Yunis.
Camera for framing. Camera 3. Camera 3 on air. Camera 3 focus. Camera 3 focus. Standby camera 1. Camera 1 on air.
It's going to be corner to Saku SS, taking a little too long.
Camera 2. Camera 2 on air. Camera 2 on air. Standby 3. Oh shit!
Trying to find ways of squeezing bodies in, but stuck a little away in the first side.
And you follow nicely. Following the rules of third.
Edward Mutali didn't really make it work as he made his way on the flanks, but Busia Secondary School now trying to fidget with the ways of getting inside back access. It's not something you're going to get. And some solid defending from Jonathan Casivante. Bouncing balls sometimes can be confusing, but Sia Secondary School could try to strike it to their advantage. By Renault Anthony. Tried to attempt to strike, but didn't really get that ball proper.
Look, take a shot and look. Somebody come out for take a shot and look.
Well, a strong bouncing ball player on the ground, referee not at all very happy.
Somebody come out to move in, somebody slow-mo. Somebody slow-mo. Before slow-mo, I'll put one on the phone, somebody come on the phone.
So they will be some looking to the players' health. Well, the scoreline at the moment, 1-1. Saku Senior Secondary School took leadership and also gave away a chance there to Busia Secondary School to regain confidence by getting that equalizer that puts the two on level terms again. So the long one was intended to find blue shots about. It's white that dominated the touches there in the box area. But Busia Secondary School will try to improvise more touches. Chance for them to destabilize the waters. Goalkeeper off his line, struggles to round him off. Those not yielding fruit, and the frustration with which Abdu Jr. Samiri just hits that ball with, tells the whole story as to how he's not happy with the decision, but of course he had left the goalkeeper way out of his designated area. Good reception, but possession lost. Growing in the game, Saku SS are starting to look the part. Abdu. And that ball just hit away from the half of USSSA as they continue to regroup for more positive touches way into enemy territory, but someone getting caught here. And free kick to Busia, secondary score. The two sides failing to get out of their group stages. Looking at the table standings, Group I, Saku Senior secondary school there failed to even get a win or win a game in that group stage. Of course, they did have some very outstanding performance. St. Mary's very present. Notre Dame is the other team that was in that group that failed to make it into the round of 32. Of course, the same fate befell Busia Secondary School when you flip the page to Group J, but here they come. Maybe they can try to make anything or something work. As we continue to watch the classification games.
Kama ya simu jukira kama ya tuwa movement zimezina kugoberera umupira kati jwe tweta kugoberera umupira kugoberera umusambi kubye close ndikute kwa motion ya mobile somebody coming to
strong play there from the captain, but Saku Senior Secondary School now showing more life than before. Gassimo Seka mark, so they wanted to use the pavements of this Busia Secondary School to work out a few thoughts that can prove to be positive and potent. Still scanning around for a properly placed blue shot to pass that ball to. Yes, he does have options, and Busia have a chance now, but they do drift away from goal, and that is some good defending from Saku, who pushed them away from danger. Kagezi Yunus is very much capable of not making that work. Still struggling to find more entry into the interlands of opposition. Busia Secondary School try to drag their feet. Abdul again, the man who's seen much of the ball in this 10 or so minutes. Finally managing to win a corner to please give Busia Secondary School a chance of trying to advantage for close range. Ball in, punched away by the goalkeeper. Still stuck around the goal area there, but the men in white have been clever enough to ensure that there's more continuity of the aggression that Busia SSS have been piling against their goalkeeper.
Come out through an air.
The captain there of Busia Secondary School urging his colleagues to go to work. Yes, they are working.
Somebody come out through an air.
Maybe they just want to
Nice shot, come out too.
find that goal that puts them in leadership. Referee there signals for handball as no time wasting for Busia Secondary School. Ball in the area, no one there to challenge. That's more good defending from Sako Senior Secondary School, but an offside call made by the assistant.
Somebody come out four in air. Come out four in air. Come out two. Then come out one.
This is the National Boys Football Championship.
Come out two in air.
Currently underway in Ngora district.
About to come out one.
And part of the ongoing action in the region of the Uganda Secondary School Sports Association Ball Games 1. Sako over the top they go. Chance showing face. Can they finish the job? Now hits the woodwork. That was a decent effort from the young man. It was always going to be hard for him to find that goal.
Good.
Gasimo Seka mark. The ankle was tight. You could see the goalkeeper clamoring to take a touch, but
Come out two in air. Somebody
Goal
come out
itself
three.
got
Somebody
a bit
three
of a
focus. Three focus.
deviation from where he could, but
Come out three in air. Somebody come out four. Three in air. Somebody four. Four in air. Somebody two. Four in air. Somebody two. Two in air. Two in air. Two in air. Two in air. Two in air.
bringing this game to
Two in
time
air.
conclusion.
Somebody three.
And,
Somebody three.
just waiting to pick it off from where it ends. Of course, the second half still yet to come at the moment. Sako 1,
Somebody four.
Busia Secondary School 1.
Somebody two. Two in air. Somebody four. Somebody four. Yep. Four in air. Somebody one. Four in air. Somebody one. Four in air. Somebody one. One in air. Somebody three. Somebody three. Somebody three. One. Three in air. Come on, three in air. Come on, three in air. Somebody four. Somebody four. Four in air. Four in air. Somebody one. One in air.
Kamera soko mpeleze huku Babiloni. Ya tu ya jebi.
Man, back in the season, man, because the Musa has money, Musa. Man, I got back to it.
GVC. Yo.
Too much heat, too much heat.
tuyamaneta banange.
Tewaliwo omupiira wadde guwetoni.
Wasindise emitwalo 24.
Director mugenda kuleeta AC bannange. Mulina okugireeta ebyuma by'omugaga. Naye mugamba nti mwe mugyagala. Ayinza okuwaawo. Ebyuma. Tekiyimirike.
Mukola byonna naye omumira tutasobola.
Nga bamumiza emize oyo.
One, two, three, four. So you are amazing. Yes, I know something.
How many are such a digital one?
Kyamaani ekyatukoleddewa.
Batwala sawa. Kimanya tujja kuba wano.
Mpira eno era
zigenda paka final mbuuza lwaki classification ziri naye nenkya gwe bakubye agobye ate agenda kukuba neyagobye ekitegeera
Ate nkya round of 16. Era kukeera.
Sir Director, tukomawo. Waiting for confirmation.
Alright.
Director.
Camera
Musanvu
2
mumpitira ajja.
Camera 2 we shot. Eyenkuba.
badde manyi ojjamu kutya
Nongamba antereerezeemu kubanga bwe.
Aha. Kendeza kulait tujjayo bulungi.
eze yali
Okay. Stand by commentator. We are going back on air. Camera 2 on air. Camera 2 lock.
So we start?
Okay, stand by camera 1 guys. We are going back on air. We are on air guys. Let's go.
Welcome back to the second half of this classification game between Sako Senior Secondary School and Busia Secondary School. Of course, the weather is a point of concern as we speak, and that's how fast things change in this part of Africa. But of course, all eyes will be looking with intent to seeing who wins this
Stand by
fixture.
camera 1. Camera 1 on air. Camera 2 go back to work.
It's Sako Senior Secondary School. They started off well, getting that early goal, and later on, Busia Senior Secondary School also did gain some confidence, managing to at least bang that equalizer. That puts them very much into equilibrium with the opposition.
Stand by camera 4.
There have been attempts for them to
stability.
come back, but
Balance. Bro, I'm too good, bro. I'm self-taught, bro. No shit. Okay, stand by camera
it's
4.
going to be a
Camera 4 in
restart.
air. We're in equilibrium, guys. Camera 2
Senior secondary school.
Camera 2 on air, stand by 1. 1 on
They
air.
dominated the better part of the
1 on
first
air.
half.
We're in equilibrium.
Tended to take the foot off the gas and did allow Sako Senior Secondary School to drag their feet back again.
It's crazy.
Some good control, but the referee does not allow that to
Camera 3 off.
go forward.
Camera 3
Either
back. Stand by camera
tried
2.
to bring
Camera
that
2
one
on
under
air.
his control, but couldn't really achieve
Camera 2 on air.
the skill.
Camera 2 on air. With the protection gear, alert. Camera 1 on air. Guys, with the protection gear on alert.
All the ball is off the
Everybody
pitch.
else.
Throw in.
Steady.
Was expected, but the ball, Benjamin just punches that ball away.
Stand by 2. Stand by 2. 2 on air. Camera 1.
Everyone is trying to go over the top. Maybe that's the way to handle such a tricky fixture. A bit caged up on the ground, tight in midfield. So I'm sure that the two coaches are now trying to think outside the box, how to gain advantage. Quick one, taken in, but hoofed away. Now Sako trying to steal that ball just on the edge of the
2 on air.
Bosia goal area, and a punch of the
Camera
ball
1.
straight into the path of the goalkeeper.
2 on
But
air.
the idea was always
Camera 1 on
to
air.
just try and loiter around and see how they can get a lucky punch. You can see that it is still a sort not
Camera
yet
4, give me the weather. Stand by camera 4.
cleared away for good, and they still hang
Camera 4,
around
give me the
anyway.
light. Stand by camera 4. Camera 4 on air. Camera 4, it's a dark picture, right? But it's okay. Camera 2 on air.
Cloud cover here. We are experiencing and of course the hot temperatures now going into some cooling mode.
Camera 2, give me the
Struggles
substitution.
from the players to try and carry that ball forward.
Change battery.
Still very much alive.
Stand by camera 2. Camera 2 on air substitution.
It's going to be a substitution for Busia Secondary School. It's
Camera 2 maintain.
Chika Alex.
Camera 2,
Who's,
camera 4,
coming
camera
on
4
to
lock, camera 4 lock. Camera 4 lock. Stand by
replace
camera 4.
Tumba Gerald.
Camera 2 follow up. Camera 4 on air, stand by camera 1. Camera 4 on air, stand by camera 1. Camera 2 on air, stand by camera 1. Camera 1 on air.
In the second half, we expect more of those changes, just to ensure that new ideas are introduced on the pitch. But Busia Secondary School do
Change battery.
start off with vim, though the offside call has been made by the referee. No progress allowed. That was a clever touch from Balirano Anthony to win a throw-in again, especially when he was surrounded. Left on the ground now. Sako SS trying to push forward, but have some defending to do, and after winning that ball back, Muhammad Heather, very nasty challenge on Gasimo Sekama. Headed to the front. Good hit. Came off the laces, but too much power. Wesigua Gilbert wanted to volley that one just around the edge of the 18-yard box. If he had kept it down, it would have been a beauty. Well, I'm sure that many of the statisticians and analysts will be sitting down to make compilations as to which one is the goal of the championship. It's a good exchange of passes for SSS as they struggle to break down the USSSA secondary school defense. Ball hoofed away. And of course, trying to find a win road here. And the referee's certainly not very happy with the challenge. Kakari Tony, the victim. Finally, the decision has been made. It's a throw into USSSA secondary school, having a chance to make it to, but offside call has been made. Oh, they are watching with intent. Like the numbers you see in the stands and up and about, of course, spread across the different stadia around this district and region, taking a glimpse of the action in sports in these national secondary schools under 20 football championship. Not the cleverest of touches, but of course there is still some drive as SSS do win that ball, trying to switch sides, but got stuck in between a rock and a hard place as to where he wanted that ball to go. And now a chance shows face, chance for Wandera Ashraf to make it to, goes down to the ground. What will the referee say? The man stays on the ground, but the decision is not in his favour, as the referee didn't see anything wrong, especially when that ball was taken off that highly electric charged Wandera Ashraf. This is where it all started to go nasty. Oh, just kept his hands on him. That is Kakari Tony, but surely when you look back in hindsight, there wasn't anything of the Johnny Foreigner on the young man from USSSA Secondary School. Taking the time to get the action restarted. That's why there's some little chit-chat between the two players, all the different players on the pitch. Is Wesigua Gilbert, gets his health looked into. And of course, he will have to continue his convalescence off the pitch. We are experiencing an afternoon breeze and some shades of cloud cover, a thick dark grey cloud cover, which is a signal of a threat of rain. Of course, that is also gives perfect condition to the boys here now to at least play under some cool conditions. For Bruno there, getting that ball out, but the referee wasn't happy, especially with the challenge. And you could see that Wandera Tadeo is the man who goes down crumbling on the ground. Well, a free kick to USSSA. Trying to get a little too athletic. Headed in. Kick to the chest. Quickly there, spotted by the referee Seguia Simon. He's the man who is the victim on the ground. I'm sure there wasn't any ill intention to that effect, and so there will not be any punishment. Well, this is where it went nasty, and you can see that Abdul Samire Jr. was trying to volley that ball away. Good control. Every simple touches now over the top they go, and he was in acres of space offside, but he has it, or he had his intentions, or he had his eyes fixated on that goal, but goal was made before he could make the shot, and so the goal wouldn't have counted even if it had found its way across that line. Oh, that's a good steal from by Mwesigwa Gilbert. Now it's advantage to Saku SS, looking to square that one out. Gassimo Seka mark. Proved to be a mountain to climb for him, but managing to win a corner though does leave a casualty in his efforts to try and pile as much pressure against Lucia Secondary School. The goalkeeper there trying to say something to the defenders, but here and now it's the player in question trying to get his health looked into. Asmani Sadiq facing it rough there as Saka, senior secondary school, pushing and pushing for another chance to find a goal. They led, but gave away an equalizer to Busia Secondary School, and now looking for another chance to take leadership, though the struggle will have to be heavily geared in some kind of four-wheel drive, because Busia Secondary School are not looking to gift away an easy one. There's a quick throw in to Busia Secondary School. Ball thwarted in the middle. Chance for Wandera Ashraf. And call to open up. Halimono Anthony was slowly snacking into the enemy lines there, but had his number properly visualized by the defenders of SACU SS. And no sooner had he touched the ball
Done.
than it had been taken away off his foot. Now there's a change incoming.
Roger that, Madam President. Roger that.
It's to be for see Fuller Bruno taken off as Wange Muhammad is the man who's introduced to come and make his contribution. Well, the big question is what sort of ideas does he have boiling in between those ears? Busia Secondary School spent the better part of the first half in terms of on the front foot, and after that goal scored against them, they tended to drop off in energy a little. Now struggling to control proceedings here, even when they sometimes have showed glimpses of being as razor sharp. When you want to try a skill, you just have to make sure that you don't have that man standing right behind you. And almost paying dearly there for this SACU Senior Secondary School. Another change, looms, and this time round, Kato Andrew is the man standing on the line waiting to come on. Of course, will be replacing Wesigwa Gilbert. He's played his part. There's a chance for another young man to come and bring his ideas onto the pitch.
What do you see?
Just in case you're watching from afar, this is the National Boys Football Championship. The banner over there shows clearly the activity here. Football is taking center stage. Ngora High School grounds. And so far so good. Teams ejected already. Now it's classification. Of course, this is the second game as SACU SS, all the way from Ngora district, is up against Busia SS. Of course, referee making the call there as Kato, the new man who's just stepped on the pitch, gets tripped in the process of trying to dance his way through the blue crowd. The goalkeeper is down on the ground. Looks like he doesn't look to be in fine health, but of course here at the Ngora High School grounds, temperatures dropping. Well, for the spectators on the flanks, it's favourable conditions to grab a seat and share or catch a giggle with some of your colleagues as discussions continue to now take centre stage, with the action taking a bit of a pause on the pitch. You like the turn-up? Many have come from near and far to give their support and enjoy the moment. And, this is a perfect time, given the fact that now many have retreated from work, just to pass by and catch a glimpse of the action. It definitely breaks no bond. Goalkeeper now back on his feet. Action will be allowed to continue. Didn't really look intent on getting back up again, but it's a free kick to USSSA secondary school. The Uganda Secondary School Sports Association making sure that activities and the ball games won't continue to grace action in the western part of this country. Teso sub-region is now carving its name among the very many sports hubs we have in the country. And that looks like a teasing ball. Very deceptive sometimes it can get, and a bit of a drop. For a moment you thought that it was going to drop in behind the goalkeeper. Sigurd is the man who is being introduced. Beautiful view of the rocky terrain. One of the things that you come and take good glimpses of when you travel to this part of the country. And of course the cover of green is another. Leaves you in awe of the beautiful nature that the Pearl of Africa provides. Over the top, and of course the movement, you see, there's some boiling action on the other part of the field.
For the final whistle.
That's why there's heavy movement. Like I told you earlier, there's action spread across this terrain. And once one patch hits climax, of course you don't need to explain much. Body language of the supporting base here does tell the entire story.
But one thing to maintain the referee, because the referee is about to blow the final whistle. And I can sitting here to stick some good energy over here.
Well, it's a free kick. Free kick to Sako SS. Maybe, just maybe, a chance for them to take leadership back again, as time is not the very best of friends this game is having. Quickly started here, men in white surrounding that ball, but that not really getting a proper touch, as USSSA Secondary School will try to take the advantage of turning defense into attack, but not so much for stamina there for this young man, Bandera Ashraf.
sweep play camera 2. Camera 2 on air. Referee looks on his clock. Stand by camera 4.
Inspection of the clock there by the referee. How will he land this plane? An easy one too, given the fact that each one of these two have 1-1 in the bag.
Camera 1. Camera 2 maintain the referee. Camera 2 maintain the referee. Camera 2 is giving away a red.
You see a secondary score. And I want to use this injury time to tilt the scale in their favour. Casey Yunus failing to help that ball in its advancement forward. The ball, Benjamin trying to find Balirano Anthony. Long one in the area but headed away. Desperate times it is starting to look like for the two sides. You just have to think of desperate measures. And of course that offside call was clear to see. 3 players in blue shirts were right into enemy territory. Sakoi says good control there of that midfield area. Of course the most important job is to carry that ball forward. Try to use this last remaining few minutes to, of course, Peter there being very disappointing and just offing that ball way off target. Secondary score. Looking to find ways of landing this plane, and that was a very, very dangerous ball to drop behind the Sakwese's goalkeeper. Didn't read the movement of that one well and almost got his team in danger. It is Oya Zake. Of course, the referee there calling for calm as one of the players gets his leg caught here, getting caught here on his leg, and he's going to have to get back up quickly because the advantage is with his side. Getting this free kick quickly started will be to his advantage, as maybe they could use these minutes to try and get something on a free, as you see our secondary score do spare a man up front. Wasn't a little too fast enough to get on that ball. Kalenge Mohammed. Up and down, that ball is starting to bounce, but you can sense a feel of fatigue among the players at the moment. Wandera. There's some touch and go from the Busia Secondary School side as they want to tunnel through and a try there against the goalkeeper, but just going over. the look of things, it looks like we're going to have a shared spoils
Maintain
here.
the referee camera too.
Threatening bouncing ball, but
No manager, how many minutes?
USSS did not really use the advantage. Now we see a secondary score. Find a heavy gear to engage.
Floor manager, how many minutes remaining? Floor manager, how many minutes remaining? Come again, how many minutes remaining over? 4 minutes remaining. Okay, stand by camera 4 on air.
We see a secondary score.
Camera 4 on air.
After action on one part, the crowd return back to take their positions.
Stand by camera 2.
And of course,
Camera 2 on air.
everyone now will be looking forward to seeing how this one
Camera 2 on
ends.
air. What about you camera 1?
Yo. Camera one. Isaiah.
Camera 2 play camera 1. Camera 2 play camera 1. Camera 2 play
And of
camera 1.
course, the boys in the middle of the park continuing to
Camera 2 look around
fight
the
tooth and nail.
I mean camera 3. Camera 3
Sako SS. And we see a secondary school or we see a SS trying to find ways back.
Camera 3, frame way, head to camera 3. Camera 3.
Of course, you can see that many are coming back to take their positions. We want to get a final glimpse of the action here.
Camera 2 on air.
And we're looking at just a few minutes before this plane can be allowed to land. That was nasty. The referee reaching out for his pockets. It's going to be a yellow card against the Yunus. Nasty challenge on Seguia Simon. And, this is where he went berserk as he wanted to steal that ball. Caught a man in the process, and very dangerous play. Sometimes you don't have to do as much.
Camera 3 substand.
You
Camera 3
might
sub. Camera 3 zooming.
find yourself
Camera 3
in
zooming to sub.
trouble, and
Come on, hurry.
he's a very lucky man to
Camera
walk
3
away with a
hurry.
yellow
Zooming for
card.
sub.
Obviously throw into Sako SS. Out it goes. Cleared away quickly. Well, you can see that the communication levels have gone down in between the SS players.
Be louder.
And, they're starting to point fingers at each other.
How many minutes you press, relax, and speed? Press, relax, and speed.
And now just having to defend.
You press hard, relax and speak. See the speed that you
Ball in the area, goalkeeper takes a punch away. Still stuck on the USSSA
Go see the get
18-yard box.
Press, relax, and then speak. You know when you want to move, you can hear everything I say. You don't hear what you say.
Yes, into communication.
Now come here to focus on
1 minute of added time.
So
So there is not so much time left for the two players or for the two club or teams to try and fight harder. There you have it, the full-time whistle,
Wait for me.
and 1-1 it is.
Wait for me.
Saco SS 1, Senior Secondary School 1. And of course that's been really interesting, but it's full-time here at Ngora High School grounds. The two have been able to share the points here.
tebagenda mu penalties
Penalty? Penalty?
just nsuubira tebagenda
Penalty.
penalties
Tumulaga. Premier goal. Wallahi, you must know you cut it. Tumulaga, premier goal. Premier goal is take a picture. Camera drone air.
Sometimes someday.